Boban and company, because none of those guys are rotational players for the Mavericks, including Boban. So in that sense, the Mavericks win this trade. They get a starting center. Now, he's not a flawless player. At 6'10", though, he is a better offensive weapon by far than what the Mavericks have had with Dwight Powell. So he becomes the starting center here. In a lot of ways, he's a self-made guy. Things didn't work extremely well for him in a lot of ways, maybe personality-wise in Houston, but the Mavericks think they won this trade in a landslide. He is way better than the player that they almost certainly would have gotten at 26.
Now, a lot of Mavericks fans have shed some tears over Boban leaving Dallas. Boban is Luka's best friend, so in all seriousness, Boban leaving the team, how can that really affect the team chemistry?
I'm interested in watching what Houston does now with all these bodies.
Yeah, expiring contracts.
Right, it wouldn't be shocking if Boban somehow ended up back here. So I would say let's keep our eye on that. There's times and dates when that kind of thing can happen. Now, if you're Houston, though, and you're trying to build a program, and you're trying to do it with chemistry, something that they have struggled with, having Boban on your team is a chemistry builder, and he's done that everywhere he's been. And if you're a bad team, which the Rockets still are, and the Mavericks no longer are, you give Boban minutes, not too many.
Absolutely.
But you get him to the point where he's not Peter principled in minutes, and he does help contribute, especially on the offensive end. So Boban is the only guy who's a player, with all due respect to the other guys, who deserves to be in a headline here. But Christian Wood coming to Dallas, that is absolutely a positive headline.
Yeah, and Boban might honestly be the most beloved NBA player in the league.
There is nobody that doesn't like him.
I've never met anybody.
Yeah, and it's there's nothing fake about it. It's very real. It's not like he and Luka grew up together or anything. They just hit it off because everybody hits it off with Boban, and the Rockets will realize that too in a positive way. The Rockets have their reason for doing what they did, and Rockets fans, as often happens in a trade, are going, we didn't like that guy anyway. But the Mavericks know what they're getting in Christian Wood, and they like what they're getting as an offensive center there.
Christian Wood is 26 years old. He had a breakout season, averaging nearly a double-double for the Rockets this last season. So what is it that he's bringing to the Mavs that they so desperately needed?
Yeah, and I wish, if you're a Mavericks fan, you wish he was also a rim protector and also a defensive force and a thick body. He's not those things. But this is a team that has kind of gotten by with Dwight Powell being a hustle center. And then Maxi Kleber obviously contributes too as a supplemental big man. But this is a starting offensive center. So the things that he can do in tandem with Luka, pick and rolls and all the rest, his ability to get to the rim, those things are pretty special. So to take Dwight Powell and move him down a couple pegs to where he comes in to be scrappy instead of jumping center and beginning the game at center, that is a positive step for Dallas.
Now, when Christian Wood signed with the Houston Rockets, he was coming under the thinking that they would be contending for a title. Do you think that he is what the Mavs need to get back to the NBA Finals?
And in fairness to the Rockets, they are rebuilding everything. And they've got a couple building blocks, and now they have a premium pick, and that can be a building block too. And now they have pick number 26, and that can't hurt either. So the Rockets have a long climb to get to where the Mavericks have climbed to. I still contend that the Mavericks still need a number 2 player. They still need a second best player.
And that's not Christian Wood.
And it's not Christian Wood. What they've got now is about 5 guys who on a given night can be your second best player, and assuming they retain Jalen Brunson, that can happen too. Of course, you may end up giving up Jalen Brunson if he either wants to go to the Knicks or if you want to engineer a trade with somebody like Atlanta to get a John Collins. And even a John Collins would be one of your 6 guys tied for second best player. Our man Dalton Trigg at DallasBasketball.com has made the argument they just need more good players. They need one more great player. And Dorian Finney-Smith argues, don't just bring in star names here because we've got a chemistry thing that we've built. So Christian Wood and more is what I would like if I was wanting to build the Mavericks roster. And another superstar who fits would be the ideal thing.
Love it.